Hello and welcome everybody. This is the Age of Mythology Let's Play that I'm going to be doing now that we are done with Empire Earth. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I played it extensively in high school and it helped me get through that pretty much terrible time in my life. Well, it wasn't all terrible. I had this game. And the friends that I played are still my friends to this day. I had a lot of really good memories. And up until about like a year and a half ago, I played this game consistently on multiplayer. I actually have some recorded games that we can maybe watch over later, depending on the amount of interest this new series garners. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to be doing the Age of Mythology campaign, The Fall of the Trident. And I am recording this on OBS, and I have two screens, and if I need to make sure I don't like click over to the other one, otherwise it'll like cut the volume. It's really annoying. I still haven't found a workaround to it, so I just need to be extra vigilant. Anyways, let's get started with the prologue.
That looked like Theris. It has been a long time since you sent him to the underworld, Arkantos. Fighting old battles again?
Yes. Old enemies. I still see them here.
You have won more battles for Atlantis than can be counted, faced opponents no other man dared fight.
That was long ago. Today, Atlantis' enemies live only in my dreams. I face feeble pirates now.
Is that what you believe, Atlantian? Atlantis still has enemies, and you are still the one who will face them.
Any who threaten my home or my family will soon have a place in my dreams.
These are enemies unlike the others, Arkantos. Do not let your guard down. Dark times are coming, and you are needed. Arkantos, awaken.
Admiral, sir.
Yes?
We've sighted land on the horizon. We should reach Atlantis soon.
Excellent. It will be good to see my son Castor again.
Graphics are so good.
You cannot ignore the omens, Arkantos. Lord Poseidon's displeasure is clear. We must help break the siege at Troy.
Troops we send now will be lucky to arrive before the fight is over. Even if they do, their only task will be to show the banner of Atlantis, not a task for an admiral.
It would shame Agamemnon if we sent one of your junior officers. He already complains that we do not pay enough attention to the Greek colonies. No, it must be you.
What in the name of... Castor, stay here! Get those Petropoli up here.
The Atlantean army is on the way. Defend the harbor until they arrive.
Arkantos is a hero, and very effective at killing myth units such as the Kraken.
Alright, so this game came out about a year after Empire Earth, and as you can see, the graphics are quite superior. Quite a different style of gameplay too. Different types of buildings. This is obviously you're basically in the ancient age for this entire game.
Additional Toxotes can be trained at the archery range.
Toxotes are trained at the archery range, and basically they're your tier 1 Greek archer. Pretty solid unit, not too expensive. What I love about this game is you can actually toggle information, and it gives you like historical information. A lot of the Greek army is actually based off of the armies of Alexander and his successors. And as we get further into the campaign, we'll unlock more types of units, and we'll be able to eventually field the entire Greek army, which is pretty formidable. And in this scenario, we're basically defending against pirates. We're the legendary city-state of Atlantis. which might or might have not existed. A lot of people theorize that it was the Minoan civilization. There's a ton of other theories. And they're actually Egyptian. Isis.
Good. The black sails are going to regret this.
And you have different gods that you can choose. Basically, we're Poseidon, which is... We have 3 main types of Greek gods.
Several
And
villagers are working in town west of the harbor.
each god
If
has
you
its
are
own
running
play
out of a
style.
particular resource, you should consider retasking them to gather it.
I'm sure there's a way we can turn off the advisor. She talks... I mean, this is supposed to be like an intro to the game. A lot of new players start in the campaign. But I've played this game so long that none of this is new. I think I have more hours into this game than any other game I've ever played. Maybe Civ 3. I might have more than Civ 3. Might actually do that later on. I don't know. Like Civ 3. I don't know how it'll work on this type of... I guess it would work. It's just OBS is kind of a pain when it's recording older games. But this game, like, considering it's 20 years old, it still holds up amazingly. Like, in terms of graphics. And there's still there's still, online you can find,
But keep your eyes open.
if you go on a site called Voobly, there's tons of people who still play it. On Game Ranger, same thing. So if you're interested in this game,
Do not forget to call upon your god powers.
there's
Your
plenty
god
of people
powers
to
are
play it
located
with.
in the top center of the screen.
And
Use
Rain,
the rain god power to help your farms produce more food.
just like she said, it actually makes them produce food faster, but we're not going to use that now. And, okay, these are myth units. I'm trying to, like, explain everything as it comes, but there's just a lot within, like, this is only like a 15-minute scenario, and there's a lot that happens, and a lot to explain. So I'm just going to try to take it slowly. These catapults basically are good versus ships, and they're good versus buildings. They do crush damage, which each unit has their own armor class, and as you can see, this only has 50% crush armor. And these catapults do 11 crush damage, plus the pierce damage on top of it, so they're really good at taking out ships. I think they have a bonus. They have bonus damage versus ships. And unlike Empire Earth, there really are no hard counters in this game. There are a few, but slingers are actually a counter to archers. But if you get enough archers, you can literally just overwhelm the slingers. Like, overwhelming force is definitely a thing in this game. Axemen are good versus infantry.
Consider upgrading the weapons and armor of your units at the armory.
Heroes are good versus myth units. Arkantos is a hero. He also does this really powerful... You see that yell that he does, and the units turn blue, which means they get an attack bonus, which is like 50%. It's huge. It's overpowered. And as we get along further in the campaign, I'll give you as many... I'll give you a bunch of examples of how powerful it is. Like I said, I am using OBS to record this, and it is a bit cumbersome at times. We're going to build some infantry now. This is on the hardest difficulty, and unlike Empire Earth, the AI does not get an attack bonus, it just creates more units and is stupid. The AI is actually pretty decent in this this game. This is the hardest difficulty. Titan. There's 4 difficulties in this. Empire Earth is a very good game. I enjoy it. I give it like an 8 out of 10. This game I give like a 9.5 out of 10. I just don't find a lot wrong with this game. I just think it's extremely well produced. And there's that sound, which means we need to build more houses. In these types of RTS like Age of Empires, you need to make sure you have enough houses. Otherwise your unit production halts. There's a lot of micromanaging in this game. There's a huge, intense learning curve for this game. And if you're not on top of it, especially in multiplayer, you will get overwhelmed. Okay, so slingers are supposed to counter archers. And they do a decent... Okay, we got Anubites, which are a myth unit. They do a jump. They're really useful at raiding. And hoplites are your basic tier 1 Greek infantry. They're the most powerful of all of the tier 1 of all 4 civilizations. Although the Atlantian Murmillo can hold its own. And each god, you have 3 different gods per civ. There are 4 civs: Atlanteans, Greeks, Egyptians, and Norse. Each civilization is completely different with completely different units, and each god has completely different playstyles. So even though you have only 4 different civilizations, you basically have 12 entirely different playstyles, which is super cool. This game has so much replayability, and each god, as you age up, you get to pick different types of minor gods, which again offer different playstyles. So it might seem like, oh, well, there's only 4 civilizations, this is such a limited game. Well, it's really not. Like, the amount of unique units, like I said, each civ, entirely different units. Yeah, Toxotes are really good in mass. If you can get a nice mass of these archers, they can pretty much just obliterate everything. They have a fast fire rate, they have decent attack. Greek units are really powerful, but they're more expensive. So you just have to micro them. And if you're really good at microing, Greeks are a really good civilization. And micro, I mean micromanagement, which means just trying not to get your units killed and trying to be as efficient as possible. Okay, the Atlantean army is not too far away. We're going to upgrade our buildings just to get some extra health. Wouldn't hurt to get, actually, let's cube some more units. Okay, so, another thing with this game, see this lumber camp back there, or storehouse? We're going to build one closer to the tree line, and we're going to delete this one for efficiency. And that way, as we cut down the trees, we won't have to walk as far. And this is actually a pretty efficient mining camp, or a storehouse, so we're going to build one closer so we don't have to walk as far. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Let's Play. Empire Earth, I've kind of started to get a pretty solid number of viewers. Not a lot, which I wasn't expecting. But for each video I produce, usually it's like 5 to 10 views within a week. And I'm hoping the more of these that I do, the more people watch on a consistent basis. Because, like, I play these games by myself all the time, and it's just not the same. It's like, I just want to share. Like, this is like sharing my childhood, early adulthood with you guys. So it's really fun to do these. It would just be kind of meh if I was just doing this by myself, which I played this campaign probably 5 times now. But if I could get new people into these games, like I said, there's a pretty dedicated fan base. Tons of people who play online. And as you can see, the graphics hold up even 20 years later. Like, it's just, I don't know how, I know this was Microsoft and ESO that did this back in the day, and ESO was one of the best game producers. And this is, you know, obviously Microsoft games back in like early 2000s, this was the heyday. There's a lot of good quality games being produced. Alright, so their final assault is going to come pretty soon. And you're going to get another example of a really powerful god power. Actually, we're going to get hit by a bunch of god powers. So we're going to spread our units out because they're going to lightning storm us. We're going to do a rain god power. God power is extremely powerful. Rain is like a Age 1 god power, but it makes your units produce food like 300% faster. Yeah, 2, 5. You can actually see how much faster, and you can just see the food piling in now that we've hit rain. It's an Egyptian god power. Restoration is one of the most powerful Age 2 god powers in the game. It will completely change the way a battle's going, and hopefully you guys will be able to see me use it if the lightning storm that they use when they come in for their final assault doesn't wipe our entire army out. Alright, we're going to queue up some more units. Looks like we have a decent amount already in queue. There are 2 barracks. Or barracks, I think it's just plural. Barracks is just barracks. I don't know. I love these flavor texts too. The predominant Greek soldier of antiquity was the hoplite, named after the great round shield he carried into battle. Another cool thing about this game, oh, I haven't upgraded my units. So actually, I just want to show you. It's not too long. But I'll just bring this guy out here, hopefully. We won't get attacked while I'm showing you this, but our weapon's about ready to get upgraded. You can see his little spear. Once the weapon upgrade is complete. Oh, it doesn't show the spear, but it will show the armor. Yeah, for each time you upgrade these units to medium, and each time you upgrade their weapons, it actually shows on the unit itself. Looks like his spear got a little bit pointier, I don't know, maybe it's just my imagination. Okay, so he's about ready to get copper mail, which it should show on the unit character. Yeah, it looks like he did. His armor changed a little bit. But the shields are where you really start to notice it. This is so cool. Yeah, this looked like his spear changed a little bit. Yep, so we upgraded shields at the armory, and now our units have shields. Even our little archer guys. So that's really cool. I just love that about this game. As you upgrade weapons and armor, it actually shows on the units. I'm not sure if I think the mail did show up, but it's just not as obvious as he now has a shield where he didn't before. And shields give you more pierce protection, obviously. Yeah, hoplites have really good melee armor, pretty decent pierce armor, the best pierce armor of any infantry or tier 1 infantry unit in the game. So they're weak versus archers, but they have a lot of health and a decent amount of pierce armor, so they don't get completely stomped by archers. Toxitates, they don't have a lot of health. They have a pretty decent attack, very fast attack rate. Pretty low to medium range. But if you can mask these guys and get the right upgrades on them, they're devastating. Are we gonna get attacked or what? Did I break the game?
Esto. Vales.
Λέγε βούλομαι. Έτοιμος. Βούλομαι.
Esto.
Yeah, I mean, we should have gotten attacked by this point. I don't know what's going on. I blame OBS.
Λέγε.
Oh wait, I think I know what the problem is. Maybe.
Λέγε.
I think we need to kill all the enemy units. Maybe there's like some hiding over here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, ha! That's an interesting. So yeah, in this game, if you want to get a little bit of breathing room, just leave some enemy units. There is a conditional trigger there, but I'm actually kind of happy because it gave me a little bit of uh-oh. So you remember that lightning storm I was talking about? Oh jeez. There it is. Gee, many Chris's. It's so bad. Alright. So they're coming in hot. With a lot of units. We're gonna try to... What I love about this game too is because we lost so many units.
The Atlantian army has arrived.
Okay, we're gonna use our restoration, which gives us a ton of... There we go. So our restoration god power bought us a little bit of time before our main army comes in. We have a new type of... Okay, you go attack them. Alright, we're wiping them out. We have Caster coming in here and he's gonna get clapped because he's not very good. He's only 14. Uh-oh. We're getting our melee units tossed back at us. The Anabites are jumping. It's chaos. Oh, we're gonna get another unit thrown at us.
The black sails are fleeing. It will take more than pirates to
Alright.
overrun Atlantis.
That's GG. Uh-oh.
Another message from Poseidon, Arkantos. His creatures help the pirates.
Father, they stole the Trident! What?
Yes, it was stolen during the fighting.
Camos.
There could not be a clearer sign, Arkantos. We are losing Poseidon's favor. We must act.
I will go to Troy as you ask. I'm going to get that Trident back on the way. Zethos! Take supplies aboard and get the men together. We're setting sail. Can I come? No, I need you here in case they come back. Don't worry. This errand will not take long.
Alright. That is it for the first scenario. It took a little bit longer because we didn't destroy that ship, but it gave me a little bit of time to explain the game. So I guess that's a good thing. Anyways, I'm going to be doing this. This is a pretty long campaign, but it really kind of eases you into the gameplay. And depending on how many watch this new series, I would even like to do some multiplayer sort of thing on this. It's a bit of a... It's not too bad to record it. You just have to remember to like stay on the screen and not click over to the other screen. So... But anyways, thank you all for watching and have a good rest of your day, and I will see you on the